Piers, if you told me, Piers Morgan told Vincent Oshana 20 years ago that New York City would elect a mayor who is a Muslim guy, who is a terrorist sympathizer, who is anti-cop, who literally took a photo with a co-conspirator of the first World Trade bombing, Piers, I would laugh in your face. But guess what? The joke is on me. And I'm telling you right now, Piers, it's almost as if The Dark Knight, the movie, Bane is there. Bane is going to be Mamdani. And you wait to see what he's going to do to this city. Okay? And Piers, let me back up a little bit. Shame on the Republicans, first and foremost.
Yes, shame on them. All the Republican campaign was about Mamdani eating rice with his hand.
They couldn't pick one good, energetic, pro-American patriot to run. No offense to Curtis Silva, but he's too old. He's too boring. All right, the campaign was horrible. Piers, and guess what? No American's going to vote for a guy with a red beret. I'm sorry. That's number one. Number two, Democrats. All they had to put up to go against this guy, Piers, was a failed mayor, Eric Adams, who made it a sanctuary city, brought in all the illegals, crime went up, gave them money, gave them credit cards, put them in hotels, and then was like, whoops, I'm sorry I made a mistake. It was the Democrat leadership that made me do it. Cut to Andrew Cuomo, okay? Talk about a governor that failed. The alleged sex scandal, whatever you want to call it, and then...
Exactly as Trump, a stereotype Trump supporter.
He killed how many thousands of poor old grandmothers and grandfathers did he kill in New York? And guess when he apologized, Piers? Not 2 years after, not 3 years, the day of the election. He goes, I'm sorry, I messed up, all right? Which is absolutely horseshit. And I'm sorry for my language, Piers, but New York is going to get a taste of their medicine. I hate to say it, Piers, but sometimes you got to let the kid touch the iron and let him burn himself until he learns his lesson, and they're going to learn their lesson in about 1 or 2 years. You'll see, Piers.
Many people feel that it's going to be problematic to have someone like Mamdani, who is incredibly charismatic.
A problem to have a charismatic mayor? You know, you're right. All they want is a money-hungry puppet to manipulate as they want. No room for a personality here.
Becoming the face of the party, but a bit like with AOC and the others on the left, in a general election, highly unlikely to succeed with that kind of agenda. What do you think?
I think the people of New York showed that Mamdani is in touch with the grassroots of the Democratic Party and the majority of the country. If you can get past the fear-mongering that we heard from Vinny about Mamdani being a terrorist sympathizer and all the other smears that are used to dismiss a progressive agenda, he's not. He's just someone who believes that Palestinians are equal human beings. And for people...
And this is enough in USA to be called a terrorist or anti-Semitic. Even Piers Himself was called anti-Semitic just because he dared to question the genocide.
Devoted to the state of Israel, they can't understand that concept because they're Jewish supremacists, or they've internalized Jewish supremacy. But everybody else understands that in this era of Democrats and Republicans supporting a genocide, supporting an assault on working people, someone like Mamdani is a reasonable alternative. Yes, he calls himself a democratic socialist. If you look at his policies, they're incredibly moderate. He wants to establish free buses for working people. He wants to freeze the rent in rent-stabilized apartments. He wants to provide universal child care. All these policies are wildly popular. The difference is, and what's radical about him, is that he's centering working people. He's talking about issues that actually impact average people's lives. Donald Trump promised to do all the things that Mamdani has talked about, but he hasn't. He's just delivered for his billionaire backers and the cabinet that backs them up. So Mamdani, unlike everybody else pretty much in U.S. politics, with some exception, is actually speaking to average people's needs, including on the issue of Israel-Palestine, where people were just fed up with both parties supporting genocide in Gaza.
Okay, Mark Lamont Hill.
Aaron, if you don't mind me, Piers, can I just can I just say one thing?
Quickly,
Aaron, did he not take a photo with the co-conspirator of the first World Trade bombing? Did he not take a photo with hold on, smiling?
A photo? That's all you've got on him? A photo with someone who wasn't even charged?
And I'm pretty sure you didn't say anything. And all that stuff that you said, all that cool free
I'll
stuff.
Respond. Yes.
Who's going to pay for it? Who is going to pay for it? Who is going to pay for it? I'm just curious. By the way, and show me one time that this has worked. Venezuela, Cuba, Soviet Union.
Okay.
Give me an example. Give me a case study. And hold on. Don't smile. Okay. I'll come with you. I'm all in. Show me when it worked, and I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give it to me.
To answer your questions in order, in the course of campaigning, where candidates take pictures with literally thousands of people, He appeared in one photo with someone who was
Okay.
identified as an unindicted co-conspirator in a bombing he was never even charged for.
Yeah.
So yes, people take photo ops all the time.
Yes.
His was just indicted, not charged.
Andrew Cuomo.
Unindicted. Excuse me. Unindicted meaning what? He was in the room.
Excuse
Give
me.
me a break, bro. Give
I'm
me a
answering your
break.
question.
That's not what that means.
Andrew Cuomo has taken pictures with actual war criminals, unlike Zoran Mamdani, who rejects the endorsement of war
Okay.
criminals. In terms of how he's going to
Okay.
pay for it, he's already said he's going to tax the ultra wealthy a little bit more, who already make all the money in the world. That's who he's going to pay for his popular social programs. He's not proposing anything like we've seen in Cuba.
They're all leaving.
Or
And
Venezuela.
guess who's leaving?
But-
Guess who the mass exodus is going to be? Guess who the mass...
Yeah, we'll
hold
see.
on. And just out
Yeah.
of curiosity, they're going to leave.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. You know what you're not talking about? Who is going to come to New York? Who's going to come to New York? He wants to let people out of prisons. Okay, think about it. He wants to give away free stuff. Hold on. And he's pro-illegal. What the hell's going to happen to New York? You're missing the whole point.
People
are
like
talking
you,
about the mass exodus,
people like
which
you
are the
want
people that are
to,
going to
people
pay
like
for it.
you. Okay, Benny, listen. People like you want to give away free stuff to foreign governments like Israel to slaughter innocent civilians. Zoran Mamdani wants to use government resources. Excuse me.
When have I ever said I'm pro-Israel? When have I ever said
Well,
that?
listen,
don't put words in my mouth.
by
okay?
adopting
I
the
pray for the
smears.
innocent. I pray for the innocent
Okay.
women and children of Palestine.
Okay.
Don't put words in my mouth because you don't know me, but I know this spiel. And you had to bring up Donald Trump. You always, and this is the problem, Piers, why these people have no leaders, no vision, no message. Because for 8 years you've been saying
He's
Trump,
the president.
Trump, and when the dust settled, you
Okay,
have nobody.
let me-
You guys
Trump is the
hired,
president.
you got a
Guys,
socialist
let me
hijacker
time out.
Trump is the
Time out. I want to
Mamdani.
time out, guys. Time out.
On this issue of this pastor who keeps coming up, this Muslim leader who Zoran Mamdani took a photo with. Again, if you look at the specifics of that case, he was an unindicted co-conspirator. Former terrorism prosecutors later criticized his inclusion in a list in that case because basically some of the suspects in the World Trade Center bombing attended his mosque around the time of the bombing. That's like blaming the pastor of George W. Bush's church for the Iraq War.
They can't prove that he was in the room, but he was in the room.
No, they can't prove
that's all
anything. They
mumbo
didn't
jumbo.
prove it in the
That's
first
all-
place. It's a red
That's all
herring.
mumbo
Give it
jumbo.
up.
Bro, are you literally trying
Get
to
back
stick
at you.
up? Are you really trying to stick up for this guy? Are you really trying to stick up
Yes,
for
I
this guy?
am.
And Piers,
He's
just
a
to get back
respected
to-
Muslim
to
leader. He didn't do
Frank-
anything
to-
wrong. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
By the way,
And you're
let me explain something to you,
desperately
Piers. Oh, I'm very desperate. Piers, mind you, on Sunday, Mamdani was in a gay club, pandering to the gay people to try to get votes. And let me explain something to you. People were like,
What do you
he's
mean
a fraud
pandering to gay?
'cause
What do
he's
you mean?
Muslim, right?
What do you
That's
mean
not a-
pandering to gay people?
He was pandering.
You mean trying to campaign
because I'm
to
going to
voters?
finish right now because there's something.
Okay,
you know
please
where he's
do.
from? Uganda. Do you know how Uganda treats gay people? Have you been to Uganda?
Yes.
Have you heard what Ugandans do?
Is Zoran
that's where he's
Mamdani
from.
responsible
Okay?
for
He's
the-
a Muslim
Zoran-
dude from
this is
there.
what I'm talking
and what
about.
he's practicing, Piers, what he's practicing is called taqiyya, okay? It's a practice in Islam, all right, Piers, that you deceive and you lie about stuff just to have people to further your Islam agenda. You're being
But hang on, Vinny,
duped, bro.
Vinny,
You're
hang
being
on, hang on,
duped. He is
Vinny,
a liar.
hang on,
He's a
Vinny,
liar.
Vinny. Just because he's from Uganda doesn't mean he agrees with all the policies of Ugandan governments or all the laws.
He's Muslim, Piers. He's Muslim. How do Muslim people feel
you're a
towards
bigot.
gays? Are you
And you're a
guys
bigot. You're a
lost?
bigot.
Are you lost?
Well, there are many
No, I'm not a
Muslims who have
bigot.
no problem
That's
with
Muslim,
gays.
bro. That's a Muslim.
Yeah, but there are many Muslims who have no
Okay,
problem
Can I
with
just
it.
any of
finish with
these-
a couple of facts here? Because this is all really.
Hang on. Let me bring in Mark. And then Lindy. Mark.
Okay, a couple of things just to inject some facts. One, taqiyya isn't about lying, and taqiyya is about concealing your faith as Muslim to get over the ostensibly in times of danger. At no point has Mamdani pretended not to be Muslim. If he had, you wouldn't be here arguing like this. Second, let me finish. Second, yes, he's from Uganda, where gay people often are harassed and killed, and there are anti-gay policies in Uganda. You know who they're organized by? Christians, not Muslims. If you just Google or read one book on Uganda, you'd understand that this is a Christian practice, not a Muslim practice. Third, when we talk about Siraj Wahaj, who's the imam who he was in the photo with, One, there's absolutely no evidence that he was in the room with 9/11 conspirators. The prosecutors don't allege that Wahaj was in the room. So there's no evidence of that, even by the people who you're appealing to for evidence. Wahaj took a picture. A better comparable example would be when Donald Trump takes a picture with Joey Merlino, the convicted mob boss, right? He did it because he didn't know who Joey Merlino was. So
Okay, but what about this?
Who I don't believe,
All right, Mark.
who is not a terrorist, was an acclaimed imam and celebrated in Brooklyn for his acts in the community, and that's what he was being praised for.
Look,
This is why it's so exhausted to debate a Trump supporter. They just go extremely radical with extreme ideologies, but on the side of facts or even information, zero.